Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back at the Reverb Outpost. And today, we are going to be setting a precedent for how we're going to plan to operate from now on. This right here is not okay. I just released the world download a couple of episodes ago, and there are so many things left unfinished that we started a long time ago. So we are going to finish the projects that we have started before we move on to anything else. At least, well, let's put it this way. We're going to finish this hallway in this sheep farm. I still don't know what I want to do with like the landing area for the iron farm yet, or the room where the anvil refill station is. I'm still thinking through what I want to do with that actual room. So we're going to leave those unfinished for the time being. So I hope you guys are okay with that and can forgive me. But I do have a lot of really cool project ideas coming up in the next several episodes. Different builds, creative, and what's the word I'm looking for? Practical, things that have use. So things that have use and things that are just cool looking. So I've got some cool build ideas for the next several episodes, and when we start one, we're gonna finish it before we move on. Because this is just unacceptable, the way that we've been operating thus far, leaving things like this, just nasty, ugly stone hallways where there should be snow, because we want this to be consistent, at least for the moment. As we go farther down into the ground underneath, our base area and continue to expand, I can't remember when I mentioned this, I know it was recently, but we may end up changing, the style, not so drastically that it's not recognizable as part of the Reverb Outpost, but it may not always necessarily be the snow and black cobblestone combination. We may end up, having some different walls for different rooms as we get farther away from the surface. The surface area needs to be closer to snow because it is the snow biome, and it does represent the Echo Base from Hoth on Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. That's kind of the theme we're going for, but as we dig further down, who's to say that, we can't change things up a little bit and come up with a little bit of a different building style for some of our rooms down further beneath the ground. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for now. I'm going to keep working on this hallway. It's going to be a little bit of a longer episode, I'm predicting, today, because we are going to do a couple of building things, this being one of them. Finishing the sheep farm being the main one, but I also want to celebrate that I've been on YouTube for 1 year. 1 year! So I think what I'm going to do a little bit later in this episode to celebrate 1 year of being on YouTube is I'm going to play some highlights, some clips of some of my favorite moments from the channel, specifically the Minecraft content. We've done a few other types of videos, we did Star Wars Force Arena. I'm not sure that I'll feature any of that, because this is mainly what we've been focused on. So probably some of my favorite highlights from the channel over the last year, but how crazy is that? We've been on YouTube for a year, and how far the channel has come, I'm just speechless. So thank you guys for all of your support over the first year of my experience on YouTube. I can't wait for many more to come. Got a ton of progress done, and let's check this out. Ignore the pathway to the right, but to the left, isn't this just nice? It just feels complete now, except for the lighting. We gotta do the lighting like we've done with the other places, hide the torches and all of that, but now, onto this place. It's a bit ugly. We got, the diorite and the stone and the dirt and the grass and all sorts of fun stuff that just looks terrible in combination together. I mean, this is natural world generation, but we don't want natural world generation for our floors or our ceilings. So what I'm thinking for the floor, you guys will see in just a few minutes, is just the standard barn style dirt floor. And it's not going to be dirt, it's going to be the path blocks, because I do think that represents a barn floor a little bit better than the actual dirt block does. And I like that it dips down just ever so slightly, like a tenth of a block width. It dips down a little bit, so it gives a little bit of separation between the walls and the sheep pens and all of that. So I think that's what we're going to end up using, the path blocks. We'll see how it looks when we put it into place. But yeah, that's what we're going to do there. And then for the ceiling, I think we're going to do the same thing that we have done in some of our other rooms, because we've already got that feel going with the actual sheet pins themselves. You can see the snow blocks, they are just kind of randomized to make it look like it was dug out of an actual cave system. So that's kind of the feel I want to go for with the ceiling as well. It's very flat right now. We're going to texture it up and make it look all nice and pretty. So that's the plan for this build. I'm going to dig all of this out, and then we will keep going together in just a moment. We are all done digging this place out, and now it is time to start placing around our grass blocks. And that's right, you do need grass blocks, not just dirt or, you know, I don't know what other block you would choose besides those two to get, you know, path blocks, but the way that you get path blocks is by using a shovel and tapping on the top of where the grass is, and then it turns it into a path block. So here's my concern. I've got several stacks of these. At the rate we're going right now, we're not going to get around the entire room. We're going to run out of grass blocks before we get to the end of the room. But I've got a bunch of dirt, so hopefully with some strategic placement of grass blocks around this place. Man, I've said grass blocks a lot. You know how when you say a word over and over and over, sometimes it doesn't sound like a real word anymore? That's how grass blocks sounds to me right now. Anyway, back to what we were saying. With some strategic placement of these things, I should be able to grow grass on the dirt pretty quickly. So something I wanted to chat with you guys about for a moment while we are finishing this up. In 1 year, we've had 7.7 thousand people subscribe to this channel, which is above and beyond way more than I ever expected in my first year. I was hoping to get like 100 people by the end of year one, realistically. When I started, I was like, yeah, 100 people? That'd be amazing. And as the channel kept growing, I was like, whoa, what is happening here? And then Unity SMP came along as an opportunity, and that just like blew up the numbers pretty quickly. That was an awesome opportunity to boost the channel and to get to know some really cool people and, you know, play some Minecraft with people that I've never played with before. So that was awesome. So that happened over the course of this year. We've had nearly 300,000 views on the channel, which amounts to, get this, nearly 2 million minutes of watch time. That is just an absurd number. I cannot fathom 2 million minutes of watch time. That's ridiculous. Over the course of about 103 videos, I think this one included is 104 videos. And I'm blown away at the support. You guys have been so incredible at supporting my channel, consistently watching the videos, consistently commenting in the comment section, and leaving really productive comments. Like, I don't look at a comment very often and say, man, that person really missed the mark. They were rude or not helpful, or, you know, the comment was just kind of pointless. I don't get that very often. You guys are very good at commenting and leaving really productive feedback, and I just want to say thank you for that. I really appreciate that. It really helps me out a lot to gauge what you guys are interested in and what you're enjoying about the channel, what you're not enjoying about the channel. And yeah, I look forward to another year and more of amazing content creation together. And speaking of that, I think I'm going to potentially try to start working in maybe a one-off kind of series where I try out another game for one episode and basically just kind of show that off and say, hey, here's a new game. Here's an option for something that you guys could play that you've never seen before. And who knows, if I get enough feedback and people are like, I love this game, you should keep playing it on your channel, maybe that'll open up an opportunity for some new content. It will never replace the Minecraft content that we've got on here. I still plan to do 2 episodes of Minecraft per week. But who knows, maybe we'll be able to throw something else in there, because Minecraft videos by far take longer than any other video to produce because of all the planning and resource gathering and creative testing world builds and real survival world builds and all of that. Other videos wouldn't take nearly as long, so those are a little bit more reasonable to consider. So let me know what you guys think about a one-off series. Would love to hear your feedback on that. Today's question is, are you planning to change your skin or are you going to keep it like that? Ray Charles Arellano. Before we answer that question, let's take a look around. As you can see, I've got some grass growing in kind of nicely. It's going to take a little bit. We'll have to finish that half of the room a little bit later, but we've got this half done. And check it out. I've got some wool blocks that represent the colors that are inside each chest. And those will show up a little bit better once we turn them into path blocks. Because of that little dip, you'll be able to see the wool a little bit nicer. And then we're also going to add an item frame with the wool block with the, corresponding color. So it's pretty easy to identify where to go for each color of wool. So let's go ahead and answer this comment while we are texturing the ceiling. Am I going to change my skin or am I going to keep it the same? So I had, let's see. My original skin I made right before I started the channel, which was back February of 2017. And I kept that skin as my standard Minecraft player skin up until I believe it was towards the end of Unity Season 1 when I had a subscriber submit to me a retextured version of my skin, and it was really cool. It was like, it had 3D kind of sleeves. It had like cuffs on the sleeves. So I was like, hey, this is cool. I'm going to give this a chance. I'll use this guy's skin. So I used that for a little bit, and he actually made me one specifically for this series as well. But I wanted to go ahead and make one for myself and try my hand at, 3D texturing my own skin, because I have like personal preferences that I wanted to put into it that, nobody else could really know because they're not inside my head. So I thought, I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. My first skin was pretty flat. It was a very flat design, no 3D aspect to it at all. And honestly, the variations of colors, I used like an auto saturation kind of thing that varied the colors a little bit on like the shirt and on the pants and stuff. On my new skin that I have now, it's all individual pixel placement by me. There was nothing automated about it. So I designed it from scratch, and I've actually got two versions of my skin right now. One is the Reverb Outpost version of the skin with the black jacket because, it's cold. It's a winter snowy biome, and we need something to keep us warm. But then I also had my standard BluJay skin, which is the same one without the jacket. It's got the blue t-shirt, or I don't even remember if it's a t-shirt. I think it might be a long sleeve shirt. But either way, it's a blue shirt. And I'll probably end up using that one whenever we end up doing another series on this channel, whether it's like a reset of a Let's Play or, another Minecraft-related series that I have no idea about at this current point in time. No plans to start any other series at this point, but we've got that skin available to us. But those are the only two that I'm planning on using at this point. The Reverb Outpost version of the skin and my standard version of my BluJay skin as well. I'm pretty happy with both of those, and I don't want to like rebrand every time like a new series comes out or every milestone or 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever. I don't want that to be like the standard. Okay, well, it's a big milestone. Let's reset the branding and get a new skin. I'm pretty happy with the one I have, and I foresee using that one for the indefinite future. Great question. I'd never really thought about it before, so thanks for asking. We are so close to being done with this build. I could just feel it. We've got wool blocks in hand of every color in this farm. We've got item frames on the top chest of every row of chests, and we are placing our wool blocks in those item frames. This place is coming together. The only thing left to do is to carve out that grass whenever it finishes growing in and get the path blocks all finished up on the rest of this build. Oh, this has been a long time coming. We started this build, I don't even remember. It was a while ago, and it took us 2 episodes to get what we had finished before we started this one, which was basically the sheep pens, gathering the sheep, carving out the room. That took forever, especially because we ran into a river and it, started flooding the area and we had to deal with that. But this project, It's almost done, and I'm really happy with the way that it's turning out. It still carries that Reverb Outpost snowy theme, but it's going to feel a lot more like a barn. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We flooded the room again while we were fixing the ceiling, and some of the sheep escaped and went into other pens. So we're going to have to sort those out. I'll do that off camera. But yeah, I'm really loving the feel of this room. I hope you guys are liking it as well. Well, we are finished with our sheep farm, finally, and it's looking pretty amazing. So at this point in time, now that we're done with this build, I want to go ahead and roll some clips of some of my favorite moments over the first year of my time on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will be back with you in just a couple of minutes. This is the finished product. We are done with this entrance. Go, go, go. Get him, get him, get him. Look at that dragon, guys. Look at it fly. Here we go. Oh, we're flying. And gather some levels because we need to do some enchanting. Did I win? It is. Welcome to Kill for Hire, Ask for Princess Battles. That strikes fear into the heart of anybody that's going to come here. I don't know when, but we'll just... Oh, no. And this room, again, will expand as we add more subscribers to it. It'll just be a long hallway of beds, and it's going to be awesome. I mean, come on. How cool is it that there's a pet in Minecraft that you can have sitting on your shoulder? What great memories. Man, I've had so much fun over the course of my first year on YouTube, and I can't wait to see what else we do in year 2. It's going to be amazing. So I've gone ahead and carved out a new section of our subscriber barracks, the Purple Squadron, and I realized, I'm sorry guys, in the world download, this is not complete. I left out a few blocks. I left out the chests in between the beds for the first section there, so the world download's not finished. Oh, and I've got to get my purple concrete back out. But hey, while we're doing this, something I wanted to mention, if you're curious about how to get in the subscriber barracks, really the only requirement is comment often. And I'm talking about, like, leave good comments. Don't leave like, hey, BluJay, and that's it. those are nice. I like that you guys want to say hi to me, but leave constructive feedback, something you enjoyed about the episode or would like to see differently. And that's how I make my decision to add people. So today's person is going to be Grant Wilkie. Not sure if I said that correctly, but Grant Wilkie, welcome to the subscriber barracks. Hope you enjoy your stay at the Reverb Outpost. Thank you so much for being so active in the comment section, leaving productive comments, and just being so active in the community. Thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that I have got for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you've enjoyed all of the content that I've put out over the last year. If you're relatively new to the channel, welcome aboard. We're going to be moving forward from here. There's no plans on stopping anytime soon. We are going full steam ahead. I've got a lot of really cool ideas for this world. And, we'll just see what happens in the future. Maybe we'll do another series. Maybe we'll just keep this one going for a long time. I'm not sure what the future holds, but what I do know is I'm very excited, and there's a lot of great content coming down the road. If you enjoy the content on my channel, I would encourage you to go check out my Patreon. It's nearing the end of the month, and this is about the time that people normally start considering joining because the rewards process at the beginning of the following month. So within the next week or so, it'll be about that time to add some more people to the Patreon armory, and we've got another person joining up in the Nest, which is my Patreon exclusive realm. So if you're interested in rewards like that, or potentially getting world downloads earlier than everybody else, or special builds on the Reverb Outpost series, be sure to follow the link in the description below to go check out those rewards for yourself, and I would appreciate your consideration for support. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.